Welcome to Sermons on the Side. I'm Brad.
And I'm Richard.
And life can move pretty fast, so we're here to slow down, dig deep, and find the story hidden in everyday moments.
With years spent in ministry, friendship, and navigating real life together, we're all about blending humor, honesty, and faith into conversations that meet you right where you are.
So whether you're brand new or you're back for more, we are so glad you are here.
So relax, listen in, and let's discover meaning together.
In the ordinary, the messy, and everything in between.
Sermons on the Side, finding meaning in the everyday. This is actually a thing. There's a scientific term for what we just described.
Okay.
About the scratch or flaw or whatever that was pointed out to you, that now you can't think about anything else, and there it is. The car thing that we all can relate to, and it's called the frequency illusion. The frequency illusion.
Happy Thursday to all of my Sermon on the Side listeners out there.
Here we are.
Here we are. We got another episode, another Thursday. I have a knock-knock joke for you, Richard.
You do not?
I do. It is German themed.
Oh, dear.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
We will ask the questions. Right. Oh, boy. We've lost Richard. He's choked on his vitamin D.
The vitamin C drops.
C cough drop.
Thank you very much.
That was, man, I can't wait until we go video and I can make fun of them because they're real. I'm looking at them.
It's going to be awesome.
And you just choked on them. Sorry about that. Richard, how are you, sir?
Now I'm better. Okay, I have regrouped and life is good. That was pretty good. Knock joke.
I tell you what, my kids love that joke. And they will ask me to repeat it over and over and over again.
Oh,
20 times in a row. Daddy,
They
can
know
you do
it's
this?
coming.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Vive l'Elastic. And then they take off running. Anyways.
So good, so good. Look, well, I don't have a knock joke for you, but I do have a question for you.
Okay, yeah.
And it's because, the World Cup ended on this past Sunday. Are you sad, Brad?
I am. My compass is pointed north towards to the English Premier League as the new season is upon us. I'm a big soccer fan.
Okay, so is there not much of a layoff between the World Cup and the Premier League starting?
No, not much.
Seriously?
I mean, we've got a little bit over a month, but
Okay.
But dude, man,
Arsenal.
big Arsenal fan, huge English Premier League fan, been for a long time. And before anybody comes after me, Arsenal just won the league. No. I've been following Arsenal since 2010.
Oh, were they not so good?
That's exactly
back then?
right.
So no bandwagon fans are at this table.
That's right.
on.
Since 2010, I've been doing this for a long time. I got skin in the game, and I'm repping that Arsenal shirt. Anyways, but yes, I'm very, very sad that that soccer is over here in the United States, and I guess that means I have to start watching the Braves again.
You know what?
Can you catch me up?
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, I'm a little offended the way you said that. Like we're the leftovers.
Oh, no, so sorry.
Right?
Sorry. I get to watch the Braves again.
Thank you. You're going to edit that other thing out. Seriously, Braves are, they was hot as firecrackers earlier in the season, were they not? Best team in baseball?
Yep.
Lately, not so much.
Yeah, well, ever since the World Cup got here, they all started watching soccer, forgot how to hit a baseball.
But anyway, second half of the season just started, and we started off well.
Okay.
Winning the first series, and hopefully we can get back in our flow.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the way over here after you so heroically saved me from being stranded.
Oh,
and,
look, man, Brad, it's really not about me. I'm just...
You have one hand up, and then the other hand say, come on. No, really. No, come on.
Seriously.
No, it was one of those nights. You've been there before, folks that have kids or multiple schedules with your wives or your husbands, and all of a sudden you're trying to leave in one car and you realize that the keys to the other car are with the other person who's in the other car across town or quite frankly in the next town. And so the old 10 minutes till the time we're supposed to be rendezvousing, me calling Richard, Can you come pick me up? Yes.
So we turned that Kia around and went and got you.
I appreciate you, sir. So we got we got to keep listen.
Talk to me.
We got to keep the streak going. Every Thursday, our tens and tens of listeners are expecting to get a sermon on the side.
There would be a revolt if we did, if we took a Thursday off. Not going to happen.
That's right.
Seriously, we do love doing this, and glad we could that it all worked out. And so here we are, and we're ready to go with another sermon on the side. Are you? I mean, right there, you're on the edge of your seat.
Oh.
Let's do it.
To fall off my seat.
All right. Well, we're actually going to talk about that Kia Sorento that you rode in here on.
Oh, okay.
And
then today. I'm riding back in. Okay.
Oh, wait. So you want me to take you home as well?
Is that not part of the deal?
Wait, I thought
I'll start sending out some SOS texts right now.
There's a couch right here.
My stepdad's retired. He's glorified Uber for me, dog. I'm gonna get Fred on the phone.
No. I want to see you in that Kia.
Oh boy,
to go home in just a few minutes. Listen, our listeners just need to know that Rico drives a Kia Sorento, 2012.
Okay,
this thing. So that makes it 16 years old.
All right.
No, dang it.
There you go again. There you go. You know
serious?
what? I just went with it. I was like, sure,
Oh,
16. I was going to make a 16-year-old joke.
Horrible.
But come on, dog.
Horrible.
Hey, what you told me right before we went live, I need you to tighten up. As soon as you get first chance you get, I need you to tighten up.
Oh, this is an inauspicious start here, brother. This is not the way we wanted to start this sermon on the side, but for real, I'm driving this 2012 Kia Sorento. I got it used, and I've had it for 8 years. All right, and I've been putting miles on it, brother, and it's on up there.
Well, with Corporate Chapters of America, I know you're putting miles on it.
I'm out there. I'm grinding it. Some tough miles we done put on this thing. Up there, round 290. So, man, we're breathing down the neck of 300,000, and this vehicle has been awesome for me, right? And so I love it, and it's just going real fine. But I got to pause here and tell you a funny story from this past weekend. We spent the weekend. We were in Rhonda's car. It's a little nicer. Not quite as many miles on it.
Okay.
And so we're driving around, and she starts hearing a little sound when she goes over a bump or when she turns and things like that. And it was so funny because she said, now I went and took it into the shop this morning, just check, everything's fine, no big deal. But it was so funny because she was real worried because she said, there's a sound. The car's making a sound. And she's asking me, do you hear that? Do you hear that? And see, what's happened when you drive a vehicle that's almost 300,000 miles, you get numb to certain things, and certain
sounds
or
wheels,
lights,
check engine light.
Dashboards. No, but seriously, and I just laughed at her. I said, "Baby," I wasn't laughing at her. I was laughing near her. No, wait, that's not. Anyway, seriously, I was chuckling, and I said, "Baby, my car makes so many different sounds." That I don't even pay attention anymore.
Yeah.
So your car could be like rattling like BBs in a can, and I wouldn't notice it. My Kia, but I get into it. I mean, everything I do, turn the wheel, crank the car, there's always sounds. It's like the car saying good morning.
Yeah, there's a new light on the dashboard every day. It's a rainbow. Yeah.
It's an adventure.
Cars are a lot like humans. You know, the older we get, the more sounds we make as we move about this world.
That's it.
I got up from playing with my kids the other day.
Oh, boy.
I surprised myself.
Okay.
I was like, oh. And I thought to myself, I was like, what did I just do?
You know, our friend Heath Goodson sent me a meme one time, and it was a short reel, right? And it's this guy stretching. He says, what it's like when you stretch and it kind of gets away from you, and it sounds like you're being delivered from a demon. And he says, you know, when you're stretching, you're just going, rah! Man, where were we? We were talking about the Kia.
The nicer car sounds. Okay,
you know what?
Kia.
It's good for our listeners to get a glimpse. This is what it's like. being friends with Rico. Y'all just pray for Brad. Because this happens all the time. Oh. We done talked about 6 things, and we're still not to the second line of my notes, right? So anyway, I love the car. I love what this Kia has meant to us. It's got me everywhere I need to go. Well, here's the thing, and I remembered this the other day when we were talking about it, and I've always enjoyed. I like the color of my car. Now, it's basically a dark brown. Is that what you think it looks like when you think about the color?
I would have gone like more maroon.
See, it's technically a brownish mix of some sort, but it's got the little metallic thing. Sun hits it just right. It looks maroon. I'm a Mississippi State fan. It's perfect for me.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm sitting there when we're shopping for this car, and I go, man, I really like this car. I like this color. Mm-hmm. And because it seemed unique to me. It wasn't like anything I was like literally to Rhonda, you don't see this color every day on a little SUV. Okay. And she's like, yeah, it is kind of unique. And so blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we were able to seal the deal, close the deal, driving the car. Now the key is mine. This is 8 years ago, right?
Right.
And I just kept telling all my family, it's pretty cool. I like this car. Plus it's got a unique color. And so tooling around, enjoying it. But do you know what happened to me the very next day? I mean, the first day I'm driving my brand new to me, Kia. I'm driving to work. Do you know what I see? I see a ton of dark brown / maroon colored Kia Sorentos. They're everywhere. Everywhere, same color. I'm just sitting there going, what just happened?
All the brothers and sisters came out.
Listen, we're family, because we're Kia people.
You do the motorcycle thing where you like wave to each other. Hey, how you doing? We got a maroon Kia Sorento. Hey, how you doing? We're cool.
But I'm like, how does this happen? All my whole life, I've never seen this vehicle with that color.
Right.
And then the very next day, boom! I can't look. I can't find them. I can't look anywhere where it's not there.
Yeah.
And I'm just going, that is crazy. Where did all these things come from? Now, here's the real truth, and I think we all know this. They didn't just show up that day.
Right.
That next day.
Right.
They were there the whole time. Mm-hmm. I just didn't see them.
Right.
Didn't notice them. Wasn't paying attention to them. And now at this point, I need all our listeners to say, come on, I'm asking you. Do you feel me? Have you been there? Mm-hmm. I think everybody's nodding. Don't you? Because that's just a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is it not?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
I remember specifically one time there was like this little thing. I can't remember if it was like a scratch or a piece of paint like chipped off of this beautiful church that we were in one time. Mm-hmm. And a buddy of mine was sitting next to me. Look right up there. The whole rest of the time I was in that church, what am I looking at? That thing right there.
There's nothing else.
That like maybe I was aware of, but as soon as my mind was fixated on it, it's like that's the only thing that I could see. You know, and maybe that's a little bit different, but as soon as your mind was set, your attention, your affections on this really unique car color combination.
Exactly, man. No, that's
time
it.
You looked, you saw another one.
That is exactly it. And I'm telling you, this is actually a thing. There's a scientific term for what we just described.
Okay.
About the scratch or flaw or whatever that was pointed out to you, that now you can't think about anything else, and there it is. The car thing that we all can relate to, and it's called the frequency illusion. The frequency illusion. It's the way our minds work. And the bottom line is that it's saying that what we notice, what we're thinking, whatever is taking up the most or a big chunk of brain space in our life, we're going to notice and see that out in the world. If we're thinking on it, it's going to show up in different parts of our life.
But then we would inaccurately, attribute that to it's happening more frequently all of a sudden.
Yeah, just all of a sudden.
Right. Okay.
And that's the illusion part, the frequency illusion, is because what we have started thinking about and given a lot of mental energy to has started to get confirmed. And it only takes a couple of times for us to legitimately see something that we've already been thinking about, and it confirms. And we go, oh, there it is. And there it is. And then our minds just grabs it and blows it into a proportion that makes us feel like that thing or that thought or that perception is everywhere. And it's surrounding us. And then that's what life is like. It like could define what we see and what we think. And that's what the frequency illusion. I'm a trained speaker, so don't try this at home. But that's what the frequency illusion does. It creates these mindsets. And so the bottom line is that if we give our thought patterns over to a certain direction and we really invest a lot of brain space and a lot of mental energy on something, we're going to start noticing it everywhere. And the real truth is, to put it very simply, what you're thinking about, what you're looking for, you're going to find it. And you're not making it up because it really is there. But at that point, we're in a loop where we're assuming and thinking about it, and boom, we see it. And it happens multiple times over and over again. Now we're in this. Now our perception is that's the way life is. I'll put it this way. What we notice shows up. And then when it keeps showing up, it shapes us. Wow, it shapes the way we think.
Yeah.
It really is.
And something as simple as, oh my goodness, now all of a sudden this past weekend, everybody must have bought this, maroon brown Kia Sorento. Exactly. All of a sudden that's shaping the way that you think. But I see the corner that you're going here on the Sermon on the Sign, and how man, there's so many things that if not checked in our spirit, we can become impressionably inaccurate in our life, and I feel like one of the very important readings that that you and I have experienced a lot of freedom in our life over these last several years, for you the last several decades, is being rooted, being grounded, being in reality at all costs, right? That phrase, being in reality. And so when we allow ourselves to kind of get to this, what's the phrase?
Frequency illusion.
When we allow ourselves to be illusioned. Whoa.
Oh, I like it. Let's make it a word.
I'm also a trained speaker, question mark. But when we allow ourselves to kind of disconnect from that, right, from reality, and go, oh, I guess this must be more Kia Sorentos. Does that make sense? Is what I'm saying?
It really does. It really does. One of the definitional little sentences that I read as I was looking this up and digging around in it, it said, this is one of the fascinating reminders that our perception of the world is heavily influenced by what our brains decide is important. What my brain decides is important, which that morning, it was the super unique, one of a kind almost, Kia Sorento. That's what was important. And then boom, my perception of the world is influenced by what I think is most important.
Wow.
And so the reason that is our sermon on the side is because you don't think God knew this? God knows how this works.
Yeah.
And he also knows how the enemy of our souls will play that card on us to keep us bound up, limited, limping mentally and spiritually through our lives. So God put right there in his scripture some really cool instructions. Now we're going to start with Romans chapter 12, verse 2, where it says, don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think.
Wow.
Some versions say be transformed by renewing your mind. And the instruction is that's actually an option. There are two options. We will either be shaped and formed by the world. Now, you remember that's what this frequency illusion thing leads us to. We end up getting shaped by what we're perceiving. But God is offering us another option. He's saying, instead of just letting the world and your environment and all of those things shape you, why don't you renew your mind? Let me change you into a different person by changing the way you think.
Well, I think it was so important that it's one of the 4 things that God includes in the greatest commandment. What's the greatest commandment? To love God with all of your heart, soul, mind and strength.
He did not leave that out.
No, absolutely not. There is an
on.
absolute focus there. And I think that there's a lot of us, me at the top of the list, that need to double click on this episode and go, man, Lord, what have I allowed myself to be inaccurately illusioned to by this world?
Right.
What is the world forcing down my mind, in my soul, so to speak, to try to get me to focus on something that the world is claiming is important?
Yes, right.
And how can I remove that? And how can I establish what is important from God in my heart?
So good, so good. But let me give you an example. And you might be able to relate to this. I know it's happened to me at different times in my life. Let's just say, as a scenario, that either at work or school, in my family, or just in some sort of setting in my life, there is a person, maybe a group of people, who are mistreating me. And that's legit. Yeah. I mean, it's a real thing where somebody they're just not doing me right. Mm-hmm. And I get thinking on that. And I'm like, man, they were all over me, and they were mean to me, and they were, insensitive and disrespecting me. And if I think about that enough, what do you think? I mean, can't you imagine that in my mind, the next time I walk into that scenario or that setting or see those people, you know what's going to be going on? I'm going to be going, they're going to do it again. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to happen again. And then I start, because we're not just mental, we're also emotional people. So it all starts getting tangled up. So now I'm mad, angry. I haven't forgiven them. I'm embittered. I'm ashamed. They embarrassed me, whatever the situation was. They did me wrong. So now I've convinced myself the frequency illusion is it's going to happen again. It's happened twice. It's going to happen every time for the rest of my life. And eventually, it doesn't even have to be that same group of people. I create this assumption based on my frequency illusion journey.
Yeah.
And now it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy almost, because that's all I'm thinking about.
That's really good. And that's awareness of that dynamic is half the battle. The other is that there's an actual battle going on inside of our hearts, inside of our souls, inside of our minds. And if you can kind of go there with me on this analogy, imagine you've got, this is kind of an old, I don't know, one of those old sayings that I've just kind of picked up on. But if you have 2 wolves inside of you that are battling, which one do you think wins? That's all the information I'm going to give you.
Is it the biggest one?
Nope. They're equal in size, so to say.
All right. I mean, is one of them just somehow magically superior? I don't know.
Whichever one you feed.
Come on.
And that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not putting the Lord and the enemy on the same level playing field, but the Bible absolutely talks about how there is a battle between our flesh and our spirit inside. Man, the battlefield will be won by whichever one we feed. And if we decide to feed our flesh, to feed the things of the world, to put those things on a pedestal in our hearts and in our minds as quote unquote important, then no wonder we feel disconnected from God. No wonder we feel disconnected from our faith.
No wonder we're putting up walls between us and other people.
We're
because that's
disconnected.
Where it ends up.
We are in I can't keep remembering this phrase.
Frequency
a
illusion.
Frequency
and
illusion.
This is our world.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that verse that we read, God gives us the option. That's the beauty of all this. We literally get to choose. We can decide.
That's right.
And this is not just think happy thoughts and, rainbows and fairy dust. This is the instructions from God Almighty saying, I can change you into a different person just by if you'll change the way you think.
Yeah. And this isn't a vending machine relationship with the Lord either.
If
I have a quiet time and if I pray, then I'm going to have a better life. No, that's not the case. However, we do believe that God says what he can say he can do. We are going to sow seeds of faith.
That's right.
So that way the kingdom of God can be flourished.
Yeah, flourish in us.
Exactly.
And we start becoming a different person because we're starting to think differently. And I just got to jump to one more verse of scripture where Paul in Philippians chapter 4 gives us an incredible punch list of things we should think about.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he literally just says, tell you what, guys and gals, this is what we should be thinking about. He goes, fix your thoughts on what is true, honorable, right, pure, lovely, admirable. Think about these things that are excellent and worthy of praise. He's literally given us a starter kit for rewiring our brain.
Because it's important to go, okay, well, if I'm, quote unquote, doing all of these bad things and I need to lay them down, that's only half of it. You got to pick something up in its place. And this list from Philippians 4 are those things. Like, yes, obviously, let's purge ourselves. Let's do an inventory. Let's stop the bleeding in terms of the things of this world, of our flesh. But then let's take up the things of the Lord. Let's take up these fruits of the Spirit. Let's think on these things that are good and true and praiseworthy.
Oh, yes, indeed. Now, let me give you a quick little snapshot of what this could look and sound like. And I don't know if you could relate to thinking or saying these kind of phrases. How about when we're trapped in a negative frequency illusion in some or multiple areas of our life? We will hear ourselves saying things like, I knew it. This always happens. Here we go again. Doesn't matter how good things are going, something bad's going to happen. Story of my life. I'm stuck. See that? Because I hear myself. There are times when those are phrases that I used to utter, that I think inside, and I'm trying to let God rewire my brain. And trying to plug and play some of these suggestions from Philippians 4 and trying to become a new person by letting God renew my mind. Listen, then I start hearing myself say, I knew it. This always happens. When I'm in a pinch, God always comes through. When I am, boy, I tell you, there God goes again. He always does this. You see the difference? Oh, this is always going to happen to. Look at God, always coming through. Story of my life is that God did not leave me. And that God invades. And that God, let me tell you, this is the bottom line here. What we believe is that God can bring something good out of the very worst stuff we're going through.
Yes.
Because let's be honest, you got to remember something we said before, the frequency illusion stuff that we eventually get stuck and really burrowed down deep into, we didn't make it up. It was some stuff that was actually happening.
Sure.
So we're talking to each other and to our listeners who are going through things, man. Bad things are going down, difficult. Other shoes are dropping, quote unquote. Some things that could tempt us to say, here we go again. I knew this was going to happen. It always happens this way. That stuff happens. But here's what we know. Here's what we know because it's in Scripture. God meets us in the very worst of our stuff. When bad things are going down, God does not abandon us. He is there for us. He comes to us in the very worst of our circumstances. God will come through.
Yes.
And you know how I know that? Because it's in there, man. It's in the scripture over and over again. But I'll tell you another way I know. Because I've experienced it.
Yeah.
And when I was at my worst, God came to me. Yeah. In the darkest nights of my life, God didn't leave me alone. He brought some light. He brought some hope. And that is what I will choose to build my mental patterns on. The times that God has come through. And I will create, God will create a new person as my mind is renewed. That's what Romans 12 verse 2 promises. And that's what I want everybody who's listening to believe can happen for you. Amen. Isn't that good news?
That's good. Fires me up.
God is good, brother. Woo! God is good. Hey, listen, I've got a segment thought for you.
All right.
Listen, it's we're just kind of. Can we do 2 movie things in a row? I mean, we did the movie theater thing last week. I've got some movie follow-up for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am.
Because one of the things, we actually went public out loud, said it to all our listeners across this entire world. And we said that one of these days, you and I are going to go see a movie together.
Yes.
At the theater. Get our popcorn and our icy.
Yeah, I'm excited about the icy.
All right. But here's... I need you to ask, how old is Rico? Ask that question. Go ahead.
So I'm supposed to ask you how old old is Rico?
Rico is so old, he can remember a time when you needed to find out what was playing at the movie theater, you called a phone number. Wow. Do you remember movie phone? You don't remember movie phone.
I don't know anything about movie phone.
Movie phone,
I've
bro.
never even heard about this.
Now, the movies were listed in the newspaper, too. That was actually printed when the news was actually printed.
I think I remember. See, now, that was also when you could get the standings, the daily standings of MLB.
Exactly, the box scores from the game and the exactly.
Now, see, now I'm not.
Those were the days.
Yes, those were the days.
I'm telling you.
But I don't know enough about
not
a movie phone.
Not everybody would get the paper delivered to their house, so they didn't know what was on the showing at the theater.
At the picture show.
Yeah, at the picture show. You had to pick up the phone and you called, and then it took forever, Brad. You just don't know. They'd say, "Welcome to movie phone." Because they knew
it's like this national hotline.
Well, they knew. I don't know how it worked, man. It was magic. Okay, it was movie magic.
It was a real person that was just following a script. Welcome to movie phone.
Movie phone. And so they're
hello baseball fan. Okay, I'm sorry.
And they would say if there's 2 theaters in your town, for such and such a theater, press 1. You press 1, boop, and then there might be 8 movies on.
Alphabetical?
I don't even remember. But it didn't matter if you wanted the info on the 8th movie, you were going to listen to every one of them. Not just, the name of the film is Jurassic Park, starring Sam Neill, God rest his soul. You know, Sam passed away last week.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And Jeff Goldblum, all these people, whatever. And then they start listing the times. 1 p.m.
That's for the first movie.
For the first movie. Bro, you better not have anywhere to be.
So if you're hoping for Jaws,
dude,
and they just
it's at the end of the list. So anyway, movie phone. You never heard of movie phone?
I don't have it. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. That's before my time.
Okay.
Honestly, it reminds me a lot of, I don't know why, but it reminds me of the TV Guide.
Oh, I love TV Guide.
Before like TiVo or like, before streaming, before you could like go forward 8 hours on one channel just to see what was coming up. I mean, dude, you had to watch that slow scroll. Channel 5. That was our. Wait, no, was that the Weather Channel? Was Channel 5 the Weather Channel?
Okay,
I can't remember. Anyways, but yeah, if you missed your channel, if you happen to be distracted,
you got to wait till it loops.
You had to wait till that sucker circled back. And that thing was on like a 3-minute loop. You're like, there goes 3 minutes of my life.
I remember it. That slow crawl. But I go back to when I was a kid, and the TV Guide was a magazine that was delivered to your house.
Oh yeah. Well, that was a little bit before my time, but
and let's say during the school year, and that thing comes in. I go straight to Friday night because that's the only night I'm getting to stay up late, and I'm just like, what kind of movies are coming on? Nothing, or
there
whatever. That's the TV Guide, bro. I wonder if any of our listeners can relate to our movie phone, to the TV Guide. All right. Well, thank you for going down memory lane with me.
There you go.
Movie phone.
So if if you have a story about movie phone or TV Guide or anything else, we'd love to hear from you. You guys are awesome. You guys have an incredible week, and we will see you again next Thursday for Sermons on the Side. Come on.
Well, let me tell you, one of the Seinfeld episodes was Kramer, and he's this tall,
I know who Kramer is.
Guy.
Yeah.
And he would always get in these weird scenarios. And so at one point, for some reason, the phone company messed up his home phone number with movie phone.
Oh, no kidding.
And so he's getting calls.
Okay.
He's just getting calls.
That's
and he's
funny.
Proud of it. He's like, look,
I'm
I just
popular.
talked to a guy, and he's like, hey, man, what time is so-and-so showing at this theater? And he's telling him. And then he decides to just embrace it. This is Kramer's decision on this one episode. And he's like, I'm going to just do this. This is my thing now. So he's got the newspaper spread out on his coffee table, and he's taking calls. And he goes, hello, and welcome to Movie Phone. And then he thinks he's going to be sharp, and he says, for such and such a theater, press 1. And so somebody goes, beep. And he goes, because he doesn't know what button they pressed. And then he just goes, why don't you just tell me what movie theater you want to go to? And then he starts going down for, this movie, press 1 for this movie. And then he realizes he's stuck. He's in trouble. And so this classic line is, why don't you just tell me what movie you want to go to? I'm sorry. Again, for you, not funny at all.
Yeah.
For me, rolling on the floor laughing.
No, you're not lying. Rolling on the floor laughing?
Oh, I'm exaggerating. I've never rolled on the floor laughing in my life.
Okay, no, I have.
Sometimes it's at me.
Yes.
But anyway.
Anyways, there you have it.